No, ma'am. If she was cute in her 20s, in her 30s, in her 40s, I bet you she cute. And with her education, I bet you she got money. So she ain't gotta sit here on a podcast with a few dusties and a Pickmesha sitting over here. Ma'am, respect yourself. Welcome back to Bennystake. I'm your call Benny, and child, there's so many things going on today. I've just decided to narrow it down to 2 different topics. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you always know when I upload. I'm trying to get better at my makeup. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to sit over here, make sure that I'm not looking like a clown. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not looking like somebody that ain't got nobody that loves them. So I'm trying to make sure that I get it together. And because the foolery continues, we gonna talk while I do my makeup. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested in any of the makeup that I'm using, definitely check the description box. Everything is linked there. What is also linked are all the ways that you can support me. Definitely check out my merch. I have hoodies, I have, you know, sweaters, shirts, all of those different things with my, you know, line, respect yourself. Follow me on all socials. Do all of the things, you know what I'm saying? Like, your girl is really trying to be out here putting myself out, you know, so that we can let it do what it do in 2024. I'm very excited for this year. I have so many dreams that I'm hoping to accomplish this year. So we just gonna let it do what it do. Amen. So this first video that I want to talk about, I don't know who this man's name is, but when I tell you, I've literally been dragging on recording this video because not for nothing, we do a lot of joking around here, but it really saddens my heart when I see how we just be talking about each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really saddens my heart seeing how black men in particular be talking about black women. We just gonna go ahead and play the video and let it do what it do, because if I hear one more podcast, I swear to God, I feel like we need a legislation on podcasts. We need to set up laws and parameters around podcasts, because I'm just tired of the podcast and the mics and I'm just tired of the podcast. It's just a lot going on.
Black women also wait too long to get serious about dating. There is something that I refer to that I'm going to talk about in my book, and it's called the beautiful black woman syndrome. It's almost a curse, okay?
Agreed.
Exactly. Here's what I'm saying. Number one, y'all date earlier when you look good. Statistics show it. When a black woman is attractive, she's sexualized earlier. She loses her virginity earlier. When you have a beautiful daughter, you got to be on her ass, because the hounds will be. But here's the point that I want to make. Because they're so beautiful, Joe, guess what? When the brothers in college was trying to holler with that wedding ring, oh no, I look too good for that. Ain't no marriage coming in my 20s.
My options.
Thank you. Then the 30s came. The 30s came. Brothers came with the ring. Oh, no, I'm still enjoying this.
Ain't slowing me
then
down.
she gets 43, 44, 45.
Now I'll take the post.
Now she ready to settle down.
I'll take the post office worker.
Right.
I'll take the
but
post
stay
office
with
worker
me.
now.
And because black men are not dropping at her feet with proposals like they were in her 20s and in her 30s, now she's on YouTube talking about black men ain't shit. They not serious. They don't want to build a family. Time out. You done had about 30 black men who came for your finger in marriage, and you turned them all down because you thought you was too fucking cute to settle down. And now you in your mid-40s, brothers ain't breaking their neck to wedge you out, and now the men ain't shit.
No, listen.
Wait, Mel, is that you? Mel, is that you?
Oh, shit. Stay here.
Not necessarily.
Clowning black women in America for trying to secure somewhat of a bag in this economy is one of the wildest things I've ever heard in my life. It really is one of the wildest things I've ever heard in my life. Statistically speaking, most households, you need 2 income. You just do. And a lot of young women, especially young black women, they're having to hustle a whole lot harder, a whole lot longer, a whole lot stronger than their counterparts. So while they're busy trying to somewhat secure a space where they can make a choice, a romantic choice, out of actual love and out of compatibility, and out of, wait a minute, this person actually is kind, this person is actually thoughtful, this person is all of those things. When they're trying to secure themselves so that they can make a decision when it comes to dating their partner based off of qualities that has nothing to do with them depending on them financially, y'all gonna sit and clown them for that? A lot of people are getting married sometimes at a young age because they have to. So if a young black woman decides like, wait a minute, let me just take my time, let me focus on this part of my life so that I can be a little well off. That way, once I'm ready to choose a partner, I'm not choosing a partner based off of can he provide everything for me, although that is great. You know, although that is great, because again, it's always like who gonna pay who gonna pay you, because y'all get on this podcast, clown women because they're supposed to split the bills with you, they're supposed to do these things with you. How they gonna split anything with anybody if they ain't got the position, if they don't got the finances and the ability to do so? How they gonna split nothing with nobody? That's a whole conversation for another day. But my point is, if a young woman, particularly a black woman in this country, decides that they want to take their time and establish themselves a little bit with their careers, that way when they're choosing a partner, that they're actually choosing from a place of, I have a choice. I'm not choosing because I need a partner. I'm not choosing this partner because if I don't have a partner, I can't even afford my light bill. If a woman decides, a black woman in this country decides that they want to wait until they can at least do that, y'all are getting on a podcast to clown them. Do you know how crazy it is to have to make the most important decision of your life out of a scarcity mindset? Do you know how wild it is to have to make a decision to be like, yo, I have to go ahead and get married because I cannot afford these bills. Never mind the dudes that are approaching me. Never mind their character. Never mind what they even have to offer. Are they good partners? Are they going to be reliable? Are they going to be thoughtful? Are they going to be kind? Are they going to be respectful? Imagine having to put that to the back burner and only deciding whether or not you marry somebody based off of what they can provide financially. That is such a crippling place to be, and that is such a crippling place to make a decision on whether or not you marry somebody. So if a black woman decides, you know what I'm saying, like let me just hustle a little bit more, let it do what it do in this economy. So instead of you as a black man to say, let me also level up, you know, let me level up financially, let me level up emotionally, let me level up spiritually. Black women are getting the degrees. Black women, they're starting these businesses. Black women, they're trying to build somewhat of a generational wealth so that all of our kids are not having to just hustle and be on the street and do all those things. Black women are doing that even though the people leading this charge should be black men. We're leveling up, you know, not just with work. Black women, they're in therapy, you know, they're starting businesses, they're doing everything that they can so that we can at least heal from some of the things that were given to us that we did not want, some of the positions that we were put in that we didn't want. So while women are doing this, instead of black men to join them, and if that's not your journey, that's fine. You don't want to join, you want to marry early, that's also fine. But to sit here and clown, if we're really gonna keep it a buck, it's not like black women are not trying to date y'all in college. Are y'all trying to date us? Are y'all trying to date black women? Are y'all trying to date black women? Because especially if you went to like a predominantly white institution, you gonna see who a lot of these black men who have sense in their head, you will see who they're going for. That's a conversation for another day. But it's not like sisters are not trying to date y'all. If somebody says, I'm not ready for marriage yet because I want to pursue this a little bit more, if you disagree with that, that's fine. But to come over here and act like they did something wrong. And then another thing, we need to stop acting like a woman just because she's in her 30s, her 40s, or even her 50s, 60s, however old she is. We need to stop acting like her value, that a woman's value somehow depreciates. No, ma'am. If she was cute in her 20s, in her 30s, in her 40s, I bet you she cute. And with her education, I bet you she got money, so she ain't gotta sit here on a podcast with a few Dusties and a Pickmesha sitting over here. Ma'am, respect yourself. It is shameful, and the crazy thing is, I have never seen, y'all could let me know if I'm wrong, but I have never seen a podcast with a bunch of, Chinese, with a bunch of Vietnamese, with a bunch of, Mexicans. I've never seen a podcast of any other group of people sit over here and just dog on their women. How y'all have a podcast without topics? If for some reason black women went extinct, a lot of y'all podcasts, y'all will not know what to say because y'all ain't got nothing to talk about besides black women. And you know what black women be doing? Defending y'all. Sticking beside y'all. We had John Majors out here in court with Megan. Megan being killed. You ain't dated Megan though. You ain't dated Megan. You ain't dated Megan. Up until your behind was in court. Now here you come. I ain't never seen more court dates in my life. Baby, literally, they took courting to a whole nother level. Black women's values do not depreciate because of their age. Black women are well within their rights to decide that they want more for themselves, so that when they're making a choice on who to marry, that they're making that choice solely based off of the man's character, and that they're not feeling pressured to hurry up and decide on a man because they need financial stability. No. The number one cause of divorce is money. Money is a frustration. So for somebody to say, let me just go ahead and focus real quick, let me just establish this so that when we get together, we good. So while I'm doing that, you should be doing that too. While I was in college, my husband was in college. We graduated from undergrad. I started working as a teacher, and so I was pursuing my master's degree in teaching. That didn't work out well because I decided I didn't want to teach because teaching was ghetto. But while that was happening, he went to get his master's as well. Because if he had asked, the answer would have been no, because we had no business. And I'm not saying that people cannot make it work if they marry young. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it does help. You know what I'm saying? It does help if we don't have to fight about light bills. It does help if we want to go on a vacation. We can't just go to freaking Miami because your ass can't even afford to go anywhere else. It does help. You know what I'm saying? And if it's beneficial for men to establish themselves so that they can make a choice from a place of I'm ready to commit, I'm ready to do all these things, why can't black women? If a man gets to choose that they want to level up before they settle down, why can't a woman? Most importantly, why can't a black woman, especially in this country that makes it clear that black women have to do everything twice as hard, twice as long to see anything? That baby just want a little bread. And here you come at your big age. At your big age because we have podcasts. We have podcasts. Pickmesha right there next to you. Kiki King, I agree. What do you agree with? Now we got syndromes. It's a syndrome now. And while it may be true in some cases that black women are waiting a little longer to date and to marry, it doesn't mean that black women think they're better than y'all. Black women are allowed to have standards. No race of other women are ever asked to lower their standards. What is this? Why y'all hate black women?
Notice that I'm left out. You know, a lot of guys and talk to them, I'm left out, I'm left to the side. And I think that's why.
Guys talk to you.
It's different. It is.
And do you think it has something to do with your size?
Absolutely, I know it is. I'm not saying that no guys want chubby girls. I'm just saying that that's personally me.
But I don't think that's the case. I think that's the way you're saying it.
Because it's not that I'm ugly or am I ugly?
No.
Why would she ask me that? Why would she ask me, am I ugly? I'm your mama. I only see beauty in your eyes.
My size of
No, baby. You're gorgeous. And you know, look at this face. This is my face. It's brown. It's a combination.
That's something too. A lot of the guys like light-skinned girls.
Like what?
A lot of the guys like light-skinned girls. Look at our family. Look at the family. You and Dad, light-skinned, dark-skinned. Auntie and Uncle Ted, light-skinned, dark-skinned. Auntie and Uncle Des, light-skinned, dark-skinned. The only two dark-skinned families is Auntie Lisa, Uncle Errol, and Nana and Grandpa.
That's still two. That's still, it's not. Look at all these beautiful brown women in the world. Look at
I'm not
Gabrielle
saying-
Union. She's
No,
brown,
wait, I'm not
gorgeous,
saying-
amazing husband. Look at Kelly Rowland, beautiful. Like, these are beautiful brown women
I know,
everywhere.
but Mom, think about
all
it. Like,
around you.
you're light-skinned, so you don't really know exactly how it feels, you know?
You're not.
It broke my heart, y'all. It broke my heart because that baby is young. She shouldn't have to experience that. But it is the harsh reality of life. When black men get ready to date, there's a preference there too. There's a preference there. I don't think she was trying to dismiss her daughter's feelings. What I think was happening is, I think she wanted to speak truth into her and negate the lie that would say that she's not beautiful because she's dark-skinned or that because she's a thick girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what she was trying to do. Now, when you watch it, it's like, okay, girl, like, what she's saying shouldn't be true, but it is. So you have black men who, some of them won't even date black women, which is fine. If you have your preference, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, live your life. I like my meat dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like my meat dark. I like my meat the way I like it. That's cool. If you have your preference, that's cool. But some men will even go as far as now dogging black women. We've seen the videos. We've seen the Kevin Samuels of the world. We've seen that. And so you have others being the preference. You have to be racially ambiguous. Baby, I shouldn't know where you from. That's the preference. And so when you start getting into all these layers, and then the men that we're still sitting over here trying to uplift, that we're trying to, you know, build up and do all of those things, they're on podcasts. Yeah, they're on podcasts clowning women. Clowning the said black women. When people level up, they decide that blackness cannot level up with them. Black women are trying to do the opposite. They're trying to level up, and as they level up, they're still desiring black men. But the black men that they're still desiring are sitting on podcasts with nasty booty holes. They're sitting on podcasts with their belly buttons unwashed. Because this is how I know it was unwashed. If you took your time during your shower routine to wash your body properly, during the time that it would take you for that thought to even enter your brain that black women don't date when they're in college, they don't want to marry, they think they're too bougie. By the time that thought enters your brain, by the time you get to your belly button and you start washing, you spend long enough there, that thought would have come off from your sense. This is how I know it's giving unwashed belly buttons. That entire room, unwashed belly buttons. That's what it's giving. Because if you really spend time in the shower, because you know, for me, I be having my best thoughts in the shower, baby. I've changed the world. You know what I'm saying? When I'm scrubbing my back, baby, I'm changing the world. Because I'm thinking, I'm reflecting, I'm doing all of those things. So if you really spend time in your shower, if you really spend time with your shower routine, baby, you're not getting on no podcast and disrespect yourself and disrespect the women that you came out of. Sir, out of order. Out of order. Out of order. So that little young black girl, bless her gorgeous heart, her gorgeous face, but she was telling the truth. Sometimes black men do not prefer black women, but the thing is, black women still prefer y'all. Black women, when they're leveling up, doing their dating, black women, their go-to result always be black men. And so you have these black men saying that now, because you had said no to my proposal then, that now I can because you're 40 and now you think da-da-da-da. No, we need to stop. We really need to stop, y'all. And that's it for me, child. I ain't even done with my face, but that's it for me. I'ma just continue this. My camera about to die. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like it, share, subscribe. Leave your comments down below. What do you think about this? Like, Am I not hearing is hard just because I'm a black woman? Was giving Kevin Samuels, and I'm just kind of like, did y'all not see how things ended with him? Like, did y'all not see how things ended? Like, why I think that's a good example of how to be? Anyway, child, let me not get myself all worked up again. Share your thoughts down below. Is there anything that I'm missing? Is there a perspective that he shared that I may be missing? Because he just felt wrong to me. The minute you start your podcast, it's like black women stand, and I'm looking around the room, ain't no black women. We have one Pickmesha. I'm not claiming that. I'm not. There will be no Pickmesha claiming on my channel. I'm sorry. We're not claiming Pickmeshas. Like, we're not claiming Pickmeshas that's gonna sit here with a bunch of dusties and let it, like, we're not doing that. Let me know if there's a perspective that I'm missing, and comment your thoughts, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next video. Bye, Z's.